Oh man.
Get that energy up, man.
Come on, bro. All right. Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Insecurities podcast. My name is Devin Adams, CEO, head coach. I'm determined to inspire. Right now, it's me and Big Tree right now. Big Tree trying to jack up one of his 15 kids. I can already see it.
You see that look? I'm Gary.
No, you gotta chill. Gotta chill. For those that don't know, we got 14 boys upstairs. So it's hard. It's hard to manage. So we're gonna keep them in prayer.
Please.
Please say a prayer for me. I think I had a strong 8 minutes of sleep last night. I fell asleep around 1, and I swear I woke up and it said 3:15. I was like, all right, well, and I could not fall back to sleep. I fell back asleep around 6:30. Woke up at 7. I'm tired. And then shout out to my youngin' Chelsea, who I work with. We do Zoom workouts. We're doing our virtual teaching for physical education. We did a live workout. But Chelsea's workouts be crazy. They be like only for like 20 minutes. But
those are the worst ones. Them short interval ones they're the worst.
That Chelsea workout messed me up. And now I just sleepy and my body not even sore. It's just like, what are you doing? What are you doing? So we here with Big Tree, Patrick List, Big Fundamentals of Credit, Professor Hawk, Big Trust.
Oh, that's the new one you stuck in there. Big Trust. Okay.
Trust, Sir Patrick, Kirkpatrick. We got all of them. You know what I mean? Sir Patrick List. He likes that one a lot.
I don't even got to give you all of them. It's P-Bev. That's the
point. I'll give you the name. Yeah, I only need one. You need a bunch because maybe you just have that many personalities.
Maybe
you got to figure out who you are. Maybe you're insecure.
No, I know I am. That's you. That ain't me saying it. So there's a difference.
Oh man. Okay. Shout out to Lopez. Hey, Lopez. Lopez. Oh yeah, that's right. He's not here.
There we go. I tried to keep him from frying you, dog.
Don't worry, Lopez. I'm not. You actually tried really hard today. He just having some technical difficulties right now with his internet. But this was the main thing I'm mad at is because this was Lopez's like.
This is lame. Yeah, this is lame right here.
He was researching stuff, and me and Pat can speak on it. But I said, you know what? I bet you Lopez can do a real good job since he's Mustafa face. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna hold it down because I'm knowledgeable about this stuff too.
Yeah.
Quick shout out to whoever is listening in Argentina. Somebody keeps downloading all the time in Argentina.
Hey,
whoever you are, man.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, much love. I hope you understand what we're saying, but apparently you might because you keep downloading it. So awesome.
Yeah.
Spread the word through Argentina. Let's take over that area too.
Yeah.
We've had downloads from people in Sweden, Iceland, and I believe Brazil, a couple other spots. So like I said, it's great that it lets you know how big this world is. But shout out to the person specifically for being a loyal person of listening and keep coming back to this joint. I put on some cologne for the first time today. When's the last time you put on some cologne?
This morning.
See, I don't be putting on cologne like that unless somebody go out. But I said, I put on some cologne. And I said, well, I feel a lot better.
Yeah, if I take it, I take a shower every day. Like when I take a shower,
as we should, yeah.
Automatic, yeah.
Well, like I said, you have your wife is in there. You know what I mean? You're being considered. It's just me. So
I got you. You could just be funky and it's all good.
No. Everybody, I really take my personal hygiene under consideration every day.
I believe you.
I really do. But this was the first time that I walked outside and put some cologne on, and I felt pretty good. So I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, cologne does that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, because you want to be able to smell it, yourself. So
I was like, oh yeah, I'm ready. So I walked outside. I'm like, oh yeah, never mind. I can't go nowhere. Oh, let me turn back around. I'm ready to do nothing apparently. All right, guys. So today, like I said, part 3 of our 1-year anniversary. The 5 best topics or the 5 things that we got the most from this year that we've been implementing and we've seen success. We've already gone through a whole bunch of them. We did our shout out joint. What was the one we did yesterday, Pat?
Yesterday we did the B-Lock, Business Lines of Credit.
Good job remembering. I wasn't even trying to put you on the spot, but I didn't remember.
That's cool.
I'm super fried.
I won't worry about it. I'll be multitasking.
And I'm not fried because yesterday was 420, so watch y'all.
Why are you fried?
I'm just tired, sleepy.
No.
That's
just
all.
Them 8 minutes of sleep that you got.
Yeah, I didn't want people to think 420 meant that, we was out chiefing smoking spleefs all day.
No dice.
No doubt.
Spleefs?
Spleefs. That's my pop. Smoking some spleefs.
Spleefs.
And today, like I said, today we're actually going in depth with the 5 love languages, because we found out, like, once you change your mindset and you realize it's not always about romantic love. It's just about how to connect with people with their style of communication.
Mm-hmm.
It actually improves a lot of things. Most relationships and people you have to connect with. It's made me personally, when I've been in relationships, as I've gotten older, I've learned now, like, whoa. I put my love language on. That's the key to this whole thing. I put my love language on some past relationships.
Right.
And then I was wondering, well, how come? But at the same time, yeah, I take accountability. But at the same time, I know they weren't taking my love language in consideration too.
Right.
And it was something that just mutually, I was so young at the time. This didn't even cross my mind. I was trying to do things, but it didn't really. That concept didn't hit me. So, so real quick, did you want to jump in before we go through these? Because
I was going to say to your point. When you're in that building stage of building a relationship, you know, after you've read the book, then you know, like, it's certain questions, it's certain little cues that you can kind of put out there to kind of, you know, hint at what your language is, so that you're not 2, 3, 4 months down the road, you really like this person, but they really don't understand your language, and you really kind of don't understand theirs, and so, you know, signals get crossed, and then when signals get crossed, stuff starting to get a little bit more difficult. So you know,
it just makes me mad, because I wish I had I was already reading a lot in my 20s, in my 30s, but I really wish I could have came across this earlier. I think it would have just, I don't know. I was always good at communicating and reading people, but I just think that this would allow me to read myself better and not put my love language on other people that I was in relationships with. I've seen how this has helped me become a better teacher, better friend overall. Also a better person in relationships, because I understand it now, but it's like that. But this is just something you learn through experience. You know what I mean? So
yeah, absolutely.
All right, we got 5 of them. 5 love languages. Drum roll. Thank you, Pat. We have David trying to text me right now. And David, shout out to Dave, Star-Lord. Nobody can. That's why me and Pat are holding on. Dave is busy right now. You know, it's hard being a virtual teacher. And you have kids that have to get that virtual instruction too. And your wife is a teacher as well. Say a prayer for him. Like, like, David, you're gonna be all right, bro. This is our prayer really quickly. You're gonna be okay. Your wife's gonna be okay. Your parents gonna be okay. You the man. Be that foundation they need you to be. Love languages. First one, words of affirmation. I'm gonna go over them real quick, the 5, and I'll do a short breakdown. But words of affirmation, number 1. Number 2, acts of service. Number 3, receiving gifts. Number 4, quality time. And number 5 is physical touch. And when we did our Boots of Bravery conference, we all kind of had our own special things that we talked about. Pat, what did you talk about? Do you remember? Because you wanted to do something else, but we didn't have enough time. So you had to curtail it and talk about something else that was super tough and you didn't think was tough. But we was like, ooh, yo, do you remember? You just talking about being able to relate to your fellow person. You don't even realize how much more you have in common until you actually get
Oh man.
I was like, damn.
Yeah, and that's just rhythm. You know, I was gonna go on rhythm. That was you know, that's a different type of love language. I mean, I'm sure it's probably.
I'm just saying, what did you talk about at the Boots of Bravery, John?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna go on. It's just that unspoken. It's that unspoken love language between. You know, we were talking about young men at that time, so it's that unspoken language of being able to relate to, you know, another person, another man that you don't necessarily know, but it's a mutual, unspoken, you know, respect and admiration there, and you know, you're able to communicate through nonverbal cues, and then, you know, because men don't really talk like that, but once you do, and then you realize that you kind of on the same page and you have more in common, then it's like, oh man, yo, let's build. Let's do this. Let's do that. So,
got you. Okay,
that's an important one too.
So words of affirmation. Obviously, words of affirmation just means you're a person that likes to give verbal praise, verbal recognition, making sure they feel good by using your voice, by communicating verbally. What do you say?
I said compliments.
Yeah, compliments, all that stuff. So your partner, or we'll keep this in the romantic lane for now. So your partner you're with, that might be one of their love languages, words of affirmation. we all have acts. We all have these 5. Let's not get it twisted. But we all have dominant. Yeah. We have primary ones and some secondary ones.
Yeah.
Acts of service. This person might not need compliments or words of affirmations, but if I do an act of service, if I like when she wakes up or they wake up, I always make the bed, or I vacuum or wash the dishes, or some type of, they see like, wow, they're physically doing something for me other than sex or something like that. That is a form of act of service. So just, sweeping, vacuuming, doing this, doing that around. So they see you doing that. That's an act of service. I think that was one of my past experiences, one of my partners back in the day. That was hers. And I didn't know, I knew it, but I was mad that my love language wasn't being fulfilled and I was clouded.
Right.
Because we had 2 different ones.
Yeah.
And I think that was a struggle. So
balances off.
Balances off. Next one, receiving gifts. Y'all know what that's about. Y'all also know that's one of my sayings. Unexpected gift at an unexpected time usually keeps these youngins that like gifts, keep them off a little bit. It's mystery behind that whole unexpectedness. Because once because if you become predictable, they become your master. Ooh, remember we talked about it earlier? We're not gonna go there.
Man, which lane you trying to stay in? Don't do it.
I know.
Don't do it.
But it's all good. So yeah.
All respect after that. Yeah.
Receiving gifts. Last 2. One is quality time. And that doesn't mean you have to be touching each other, but just being in the presence of that person is important.
Right.
And they just can look over and see that you're there, even if y'all just in the kitchen together, sitting.
I had the hardest time with that one, not to get off the trip, but that was, like I told you, when you asked me, which one was my wife, that's her first one. And because I couldn't understand, she'd be like, we don't got to be talking. You could just be in the room. I'm like, what? Like, I could be doing something else if I'm just, I'm like, why am I just sitting in the room? Just the fact that you're there and sharing the same space and all of that, it's like, okay, whatever.
Nah, me and my first youngins, when I was engaged, we actually did a really good job because I'll be practicing my saxophone all the time, and she'll be studying or just drawing. And we didn't even have to really talk, but we also were just always in the same room, that type of thing. So quality time was really important to her, and it was important to me at that time. I think as I've gotten older, though, things have shifted. So,
same here.
That's through trauma. That's through knowledge, through self-awareness. Yep. So, but it is what it is. Last one is physical touch. And like I said, does sex come into play with physical touch? It can, because it falls in that category. However, I think for right now, physical touch is just talking about, like, I'm super physical touch. For whoever I'm around, I will dap you up. I will give you a hug, because I believe, honestly, now with my maturity of transferring of energy, transference.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So if I'm talking to you, Patton, how many times have I just like punched you, or just like it don't matter. Like if I might laugh, I might just So that's just who I am. Yeah. Physical touch.
Now, to your point,
not close to him, whatever.
Sex could also be intimacy, an act of service.
It can be, and I think that needs to be communicated in that relationship that you're with, right? But sex can be an act of service if you know that person wants it. But like I said, it's a mutual type of thing where that's something that you guys both understand mutually as a relationship.
Exactly. But you gotta get to that point.
You gotta get to that point, and I think it's something like you said. You have to build with your partner, and I think once you have these 5 things, and there's more to it, but based off
that's just a framework for you fill in the blanks, but. That's a great template to start off.
Yeah.
Learning and understanding, I mean, since we just keep it in the romantic lane, I'll just say your partner. I mean, it's with any relationship, but definitely with a partner. That's if you got that template, and then as time goes on, everything takes time.
But you know what? It goes back to the love tank. I forgot about that. Remember the love tank? If you're doing these things, if you're utilizing these love languages correctly, your partner's love tank is full.
Yeah.
If your partner's love tank is full, she's not going to feel neglected in those areas where she needs to be loved. Vice versa. Therefore, if you're an act of service and a super person of physical touch, they'll feel willing and will want to because you've made sure that they're filled up and they don't feel like they're neglected in some place.
Very, very true.
That's,
that's the ultimate balance in the romantic relationship.
That's the ultimate balance. So that's a quick little breakdown of words of affirmation, act of service, receiving gifts, quality time, physical touch. What's your primary and what's your secondary? And it could be ties. Do you want me to go first or you want to go?
No, I'll go first. I think mine is.
Yeah, let's rank these.
Yeah. My first one is probably
So we have physical touch, quality time, receiving gifts, acts of service, words of affirmation.
My first one is probably acts of service. My secondary would be physical touch.
Wow, I never thought you was an active. That's interesting. TP, and you said your secondary one was physical touch.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. How come yours is active service?
And
this means you like to see your spouse doing these for you, or this is how they can make you happy, right? This is how I'm just trying to be clear because I'm already at 18 minutes.
Yeah. That's how I'm phrasing it.
So people make you happy,
right? Because I'm the type that I don't have a whole lot to say on a lot of things. I'm just a kind of like a show me person.
Sure.
People can talk and say stuff all day and whatever. But because and it's happened over time, I guess, with maturing and experience. If somebody goes out of their way to do something for me, like I hold that in really, really high regard.
Okay.
And I would like to think of myself as a pretty loyal person, or somebody that. So once that's done for me, it's like yo, and in a relationship, it's like, okay, everything else will just fall in line. Like, so I guess an example for me would be, and it comes with, I guess, paying attention too. But like, if I said, oh man, I'm really struggling with something dumb, I'll make it something dumb. I'm trying to, going shopping for me, being not a small dude, is like a daunting task. But
especially when you got my shirts on.
Anyway, if there's now it would kind of be misconstrued as receiving gifts, but it's not really the gift. It's more of the act and the thought behind it. So if my wife just said, "Here, I got you the shirt because I knew you was trying to," da-da-da, it's like, oh, dang. So it's really not about the gift, but it's about the act of service and understanding and paying attention to what I was saying. That's like, oh man, that's like gold to me.
Do gifts fall somewhere and maybe in like tied for third or fourth or fifth place?
With me now, gifts might actually be last because I don't really like for people to give me stuff.
What about words of affirmation? You said gifts are last. So what is quality time and words? Is quality time kind of last and words of affirmation?
No. Acts of service, physical touch, quality time,
words of affirmation,
receiving gifts from me.
Receiving gifts. Okay.
Yeah, that's last. What's up with yours? Now you said you were surprised. Why are you surprised?
I don't know. I don't know.
Like damn near 12, 13.
I know you are. I know you better than a lot of people. So
yeah,
I'm not sure. I don't know. And like I said, we're trying to stay in the lane of
the relationship. Yeah, so you wouldn't know that.
So I don't know, but I don't know. Just didn't know that, but that's fine. But like I said, for relationships, I think I'm so dominant physical touch.
Yeah,
dominant physical touch, and that doesn't even mean sexual. That really honestly just means
it's just
a hand right there.
Hug,
putting your hand on my leg, or if we sit down watching a movie, I can put my arm I don't know why that just calms me down.
Yeah, makes sense.
And words of affirmation, and I think as I've gotten older, words of affirmation has become the secondary one. That used to be third or fourth.
Mm-hmm.
But because I'm just such a giver and have a giving personality, like that's all I want to do. I want to be a person of service.
Right.
It's my biggest gift, and I know it's my biggest weakness. It's 50-50. I've taken so many tests and talked to people about this.
Mm-hmm.
So now I just feel like, man, I've been getting to think, am I doing too much? But then I'm just realizing, number one, I might not be with the right person. But also I realized that my love language isn't being fulfilled if I'm not getting a simple thank you. That's pretty much it. Like, I can do something for like 3 weeks straight or something. But you say, yo, Dev, man, I'm in a lot. Thank you. Oh, no problem. Because I know that's my biggest gift, but that's my biggest weakness too personally. And once I don't get those thank yous, just like if somebody else doesn't get these certain things.
It sounds like to me, it's kind of a combination of words of affirmation and acts of service.
But I don't need nobody doing nothing for me. Like, you already know me. I'll go, don't do nothing.
No, I got you. I know how you are. It gets on my nerves. But that's what I'm saying is, and the act of service is not necessarily, to me, in the way I understand it, because I read the book a couple of times, but act of service could be just that paying attention to, you know what I'm saying, to something that you've done. Because if if you're just doing and giving and people never say, I guess the thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. And you continue to take, and it's thanks. It's like after a while, what's the value you gonna put on thanks?
I get you. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if it's, you know what, man, I really appreciate that because you didn't have to do that. And I know your situation, blah, 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 blah. So it's like acknowledging the fact that I'm giving in spite of me having to do X, Y, Z, that kind of takes it a step further for me than just regular words of, you know, just saying thank you or, hey, man, look, I appreciate you, and I keep it moving. It takes a level of being selfless to be able to look at what somebody else is doing and appreciate what they're doing, not just because you're receiving something, but for the fact that they decided to do it in spite of everything else they had going on.
Okay. Well, then you changed my mind then. This might be the first time in history. Well done. Good job.
That's because you're tired. Yeah.
But no, I agree with you, though. I really do think that. Words of affirmation saying thank you, but then the act of service taking the time to recognize it. Yeah. And I want to already defend myself. That's how you know that that's one of the love languages. But like I said, right now, these are our love languages. I'm going to admit it.
Yeah.
Everybody's are different. But yeah, so benefits. What else? Where else are we at now? Oh, yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Once and moving out of the romantic realm with your partner, don't put your love language on them. So it's physical touch.
Please don't.
But your partner is receiving gifts. You can't get mad if she's
will not go good.
If you're trying to use physical touch and that's not her love language. Like I said, this gets very simple very fast. Don't do that.
Yep.
Okay.
Listen.
Don't do that.
Please don't, because like those love languages, that's like the pre-work. That should be done within the first 4 or 5 conversations. Oh. You should find a way to work that in because. Like you said, I've heard, seen, and I've only experienced once. Because then, you know, I'm just kind of dismissive after a while. But if somebody's love language ain't physical, like I don't need you to be all up on me all the time. But then you give them a gift. Most guys are like, well, hold up, because that like physical touch might be your primary.
Exactly. Yeah.
And you take it as, you know, when I give you a gift, then you want to be all up on me. So that you a gold digger. Might not be the case. Might just be that's her primary.
And you filled her love tank.
That's it.
Yeah. So like I said, make sure your partner, but that's what we say, partner and building. That's been your word this whole year for me personally.
Building.
Be with somebody there that you can build.
Yes, sir.
And if the person you're building with understands your love language, you understand theirs, and all you're honestly trying to do on a very basic level is make sure their love tank is filled up and then making sure your love tank is filled up. That is compromise, that is sacrifice, that is trust, that is discipline. That's all instilling with that relationship.
Yeah, and that still requires work. It gets easier, but it's still work to continue to do it.
It does. And like I said, I've used this with teaching. I've used this in businesses.
Oh, yeah.
Meetings. Like even with my kids I teach, no matter if they're in high school or if they're in first or second grade. Some kid might just run in your face and just want you to look at them do stuff.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Another person might not even want to do nothing, but they may be sitting on the floor as a little kid, like as a 6 or 7-year-old, and they just might be leaning against you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Another one might say, yo, Dev, or just, you know, might love for you to like say, you know what, I'm going to give you some words of praise right now. Big shout out to little Caitlin over there, because I saw you, Caitlin, do a fantastic job of finishing your laps. And then I also saw you hit somebody up, and you've been getting down after 3 whistles, stop, jump, get quiet every single time. Big shout out to Caitlin, and Caitlin might even smile.
Yeah.
Because this kids I haven't even talked to, they don't speak to me, but I know if I give them that verbal recognition, I'm like, okay, so that's their, I'll leave them alone. Yeah. I'm not going to try to give all my little kids that I love like little hugs or dap them up and do all this.
All of them don't need it, yeah. And I mean, it's true. Well,
like, I know you have 30.
Oh my God. I'm talking about on the work end. Like I have kids in high school. These are teenagers, almost adults.
Yeah.
They'll do something. We out of school now, I could say it. They'll do something stupid. Just so, because they already know the reaction that they're going to get from me. Just so I can say, wow. And they relish that whole thing. They know I'm going to give it to them. I'm going to cream them. I'm going to call them out on it. Mm-hmm. And they have to start their day that way.
Yeah.
At first, I didn't get it when I first started. I'm like, what the hell is your problem? Like, what you keep doing dumb stuff for? But then I had to, like, okay, they doing this because they know what they're going to get from me. So
yeah,
it's already a routine. There's already an expectation there. And that may be something that they need because kids need routine and they need somebody to tell them when they're doing something wrong. And they may even know that they're doing something wrong. But I just need somebody to tell me this. Even though I know it's dead wrong.
Bro.
I need somebody to say something to me.
Exact same thing. I just did that today, this morning.
Yeah.
These two people I teach should have been on the Zoom and should have been doing the workout. They weren't. Mm-hmm. Yo, why didn't y'all show up? Long story short, I was going in like, yo, man, like, I don't, like, if you're affiliated with me, this is how you should be.
Right.
I'm upset and I'm disappointed. I'm not talking to y'all right now. And you would think like, okay, dang, Devin, like they're in middle school. But guess what? They said, no, I'm sorry. And then they just started going in. Mm-hmm. Like explaining themselves, talking, getting some of their emotions out. And I think sometimes people like you and me can get misrepresented or misread because we're honestly not trying to be necessarily mean. First of all, we know what these kids need a lot of times. Right. We are professionals.
Yep.
But to the outside observer, why are you being something? No. Watch this.
Yeah.
5 minutes.
It works out because we already know how it's going to go.
Yeah, but it's what they need. So you like some people just do that because they need that attention, that affection, that appreciation, that those words of affirmation. They need these things.
Yep.
And I think
you're so mean to the kids. Really?
No, I'm not. No.
I said, you know what? I'll continue to be that way. And when they need something or when they graduate and leave, guess who they'll come back and see?
Yeah, exactly. So, no, we're on the same page. Because it's a balance. We do that with the ones that need it.
Sure.
The other ones, but so like I said, once you master the love languages in your personal life, in your home, in business, and in the relationships period, anybody you have to connect with, take the word love and make it more broadly expounded. And don't think about it as being romantic.
Right.
Think about it as this is just how I need to connect with people. Everybody, and like I said, there's levels to all of this.
Yeah.
They have another 5 love languages for business. Like they have so many levels, but for these were the ones we talked about for the Boost of Bravery. Shout out to Lopez because he actually did a really good job. We had a board and everything.
Oh man, yeah, he broke it down. That was great.
He did really well. So moving on. So we did the 5 love languages, but going one step further, it's kind of funny because I can't remember my man's name. What's his name? Dang, I can't remember. But he broke down the female brain versus the male brain. Oh my God! I can pull it up really quickly, but I'm not going to because I
Tony or was that No. That was Chris. Was that Chris?
No, his name was like Mark Groger or Gorger or.
Oh, the guy off. Yeah.
Like a minister.
Yeah.
Sure. But what he did was a like a breakdown. Oh, Mark Gungor. Oh, be cool, Patton. Love languages. His name is.
That is.
His name is Mark.
Wait, let me see which one that is. That was about to be physical touch.
Where are you pointing at? All right, but no, real rap. We'll move on. Not physical touch. Damn it. I'm talking about Mark Gungor.
Yeah,
who I think he's a minister, a psychologist, and also like a kind of a comedian because he uses humor to make you think about how to be a better partner with the person you're romantically involved with. Especially married couples that are like on the brink of breaking up. He's like, well, what's their love languages and all that type of stuff? Or do you understand their brain? Right. Long story short, and I'll break this down quick. This is very simple. He said the man brain versus the female brain was hilarious because he said the female brain. Y'all might not like how this sounds, so don't judge me.
Larger.
No, he just said that everything in the female brain is interconnected. That's usually why they tie emotion to everything.
That's true.
To attack you later for something that you did. So this is connected to this is connected to this. Like, okay, you didn't take out the trash. So that must mean that you did this, and then I saw y'all last night with this. And then so that's a very, very subjective.
Yeah, great explanation.
But he just said basically everything's all interconnected all the time. That's why they can make ties and connections to things. That's also why we say that our women don't forget certain things.
That's why they're so detailed and oriented, and they can multitask because everything is connected to the next thing.
Everything is connected to the next thing.
Yeah.
And that's when it becomes humorous because he said that's the female brain's like zip, 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 zip. That's what he was doing in the tape.
Yep.
But now he said the male brain is not like zip, 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 zip. He said in the male brain there are just simple compartments.
The nothing.
Not yet. He said there's simple. compartments in the male's brain.
Yeah.
None of those areas touch another area.
Nope.
Think of it as boxes.
Yep.
There's a box for my wife. There's a box for being romantic with my wife. There's a box for me going to work. There's a box for me raising my kids.
Compartmentalized, yes.
And once we do that, we go right back and we take that box and we put it back into where it needs to be. And we make sure it does not touch anything else.
Nope.
We have a sports box. When we're in sports mode, we're in sports mode.
Yes.
And then once we leave sports mode, we put that sports mode box back into its place and we come home.
Very true.
Okay, so he said the female brain is zip, 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 going all over the place. The male brain is just, remove this, and okay, let's put this back. The most important box that frustrates women the most is the box where he says, you might see your man, boyfriend, or spouse just sitting and doing nothing. And it bothers women, but it shouldn't bother them really, but it's the nothing box.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the
that's the best box.
it's the box where they go to that space after a long day. If they're stressed, they just take a breath and they just sit down. And you're like, "Hey, honey."
Yeah,
like,
what are you doing?
Yeah, what's up? What are you doing? Nothing. You're not doing anything? No, I'm just chilling.
Mm-hmm.
And then they get confused by that because we're literally in our nothing box. And then sometimes he said the woman wants to join. Can I sit with you?
No.
I'm in my nothing box. And then they're like, well, why can't I sit with you? Because if you sit with me,
I'm out of the nothing box into your box. I don't want to be in your box.
You're in my box too. Now you're in my nothing box. And now it's not a nothing box anymore. It's a something box. It's something in my nothing box.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's true.
And then pretty soon you're going to be like decorating the box, my nothing box. So that's the thing. The nothing box is super important to a man. So when you see him sometimes just chilling, I'm not saying you can't question him, but they also say that's also why men can like just sit down for hours and not do anything.
Watch TV and not do anything.
Or they might go fishing for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Just simple stuff like that. They can sit on the stoop for hours and just chill because they're in their nothing box. Because that's the box as a man that we go to.
That's the recoup box.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. When
we have the stresses of things. Now, should you be able to talk to your spouse? Absolutely.
Yeah. But is it for us, it's the
we're
time.
talking about how the brain works. Yeah, go ahead.
We're logical. Yeah, it's very logical, very calculated, precise.
Yeah, that's the nothing box.
Yeah.
Don't get mad at it.
Box is the one. That's the one. But that's the box that gets you in the most trouble in a relationship.
Yeah, because they don't know what you're doing in your nothing box. So therefore, they're filling up. They have a box probably too that's connected to a whole bunch of other stuff, right?
Yep.
So now they're taking, because you're not communicating, because you're in your nothing box, whether it's good or bad.
The insecurity box. That's a
bunch of them.
Insecurities about myself box. That's I need to watch it. My mom told me to look out for these signs and marry my friend. This happened to her, and that
the void because it's not being communicated.
Yeah.
So like I said, like we're giving you the male and female perspective with the female and male brain. We're not doctors, and it is kind of common, but it is something eventually. Even if I'm in my nothing box for like a 30-minute window, I need to decompress or go just take a long shower, or go for a run or go sit down. Your spouse needs to understand that, and you need to understand that about your spouse, and you have to figure that out.
Yeah, it's definitely balanced, and I'm not killing it. I'm not killing the all over the place brain, because we need that. Because I might be in my nothing box when I really don't need to be, and then something doesn't get done because I'm there, and so that's where that balance comes in. Because wife is, all right, you gotta okay, all right,
yeah. Fine. And they said because of that, that's why we think it's women nagging us, but it's also women need to do that because we go to our nothing box a lot of times because we do have stresses and triggers. We go there sometimes when we shouldn't yet.
Yeah, and I'll take it a step further because I've been here plenty of days. My job is super stressful. Mm-hmm. You're already retired soon, but that's another story.
Yep.
You sometimes go to the nothing box without even purposefully. It's like once you get to that level where Professor Hawk turns into Hawk, I'm right in there automatically.
Yeah.
I'm not responsible. Like, leave me alone. I don't want.
Yeah.
Because if I don't, this box right here called whoop ass, I gotta pull that one out. It's gonna be bad. Like, you know what I mean? You know, like no.
Oh, okay, hold on. Let me oh, there it is. Let me get the whoop ass box off the shelf, open this up, whack it, and then go back up. But that's funny. But like I said though, growing in your partner, they understand space is important, and for both parties to a certain degree. But understand your partner. Understand that right now we're making some jokes with it, but we're also letting you know that hey, there's two different brains. We all know that. That's why But when we come together, it should be a balance of sorts. Women keep nagging him. That's what he said, because men need reminders, because we have so much stuff on our mind. When we go to our nothing box, we've shut some stuff off because we're trying to flush bullshit out, and we trying to just chill.
Yep.
But when you keep reminding us, it's actually kind of helpful sometimes. I don't know about that, but
that's where you gotta. That's why you have to be good, or you have to get good.
Nothing box
at balancing the love languages, because
that's just true. Yeah.
When that does happen, instead of going to, yo, why you being such a nag? It's like, you know what? Okay, listen.
Whew.
I appreciate you. That's why we together. You gotta start. Then you gotta tap into what their primary language is.
That too.
So that you can explain why you're in your nothing box.
Sure.
And then let your partner know, okay, listen, you are getting on my nerves, but you're absolutely right.
It's easier said than done, but it's also It's also easier said than done, though. Like, I think it's a dichotomy. I like these play on words now. Like, we can talk about this.
Oh, sure.
But it's hard to implement.
Yeah.
Because we're stuck in our ways. We all come from different backgrounds.
Man, listen, I'll tell you, it takes time. It takes time.
But if you want to make a choice to do it, I think you really could.
Yeah.
I think you could.
It happens now. It used to be, I'm one of them, like, driving. This is when you say I like to drive. I really don't like to drive. But driving puts me in my nothing box.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm just out. Like, I can throw my music on. I'm just driving. I'm decompressing. That's another reason why I live so far away from the job. Because I do not want to bring that element and all of those boxes home.
You can't do that.
So I need time to.
No, don't put that on your spouse. I tell people, I have fathers and husbands that call me up sometimes, honestly. They used to do it a lot last year, not as much right now.
Yeah.
But I'm like, yo, just keep your ass in the car. Like, I would do something like that. Don't go in there with that.
Nah.
Because you're going to put that on you're going to contaminate that whole environment that you're in.
It messes it up. Yeah.
I know it's not fair, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Early on, with being married, I would, because I would want to be in my nothing box, and then I would get that, and my wife wouldn't understand. I'm like, you know what?
Human, though. I think we've all done it.
I'll be back. Why are you leaving? I'll be back.
Nothing box. Yeah.
Got to. And there's but
because I'm like, yo, bro, we men now, so I'm also like, yo, you've had a bad day. You put some music on. You sit in the car. You put a window down. You pray, meditate, go to the bathroom, take a shower. And then you man the fuck up, and then you be the husband that you need to be. Now, hopefully your spouse can understand you, though, too. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
So here's the key I had to learn, because I was bad at communicating at first. I'm quick to be like, yo, man, get the hell out of my face, and then that's it. I had to say before I got home, hey, how was your day? Always start with that one first. Okay, listen, didn't really have a good one today. I might be a little quiet, or I need to, So now, at least my wife knows what to expect. So it's not that I'm just coming in, going right to the nothing box, and she's trying to pinpoint, well, is it something I did? Just something about the house is not clean enough? You ain't like your dinners? Because there's all those other boxes that are interconnected. But I have to say, no, listen, I'm great. Thank you for all of that. It's not that. It's this right here. And that was a huge piece of us having to just communicate, me sending out those signals already. So the check-in is like, how was your day? How was your day? Mm-hmm. And now I can hear. Okay. So I know what I'm walking into. Now she can hear. Okay. I know what he's coming home with or not with. So I'm not going to bother him. Like, my wife's biggest thing was, you always making detours. You say you're going to be home in 20 minutes. You don't get here until like 30 or 40. I had to take extra 20. Sorry, because I didn't want to come in the house with that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's needed though. I think
You know.
when you have those days, I don't think you should do it all the time. But if you had
No.
days,
It's
like,
not. Yeah, because you don't want to start, not being reliable and consistent too. But
yeah.
When you need it, you most definitely need to take it. And then having kids is just a different element, man, because we got to change drawers so fast. Fast between, like you said, there's a different drawer for your wife than it is for your children, than it is for you taking care of whatever household stuff you got to take care of. All of those are different drawers.
All different boxes, yeah.
And you need energy to be able to manage all those different compartments.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes somebody who's honest with themselves to know, okay, before I deal with these drawers, let me go to the nothing box and just re-up and get my energy back up. Then I can do it. Or for some, when I was younger, it was, I go to the sports bag. Yeah. I can get everything out with playing ball. Oh man, I'm cussing, I'm physical, aggressive, whatever. Once I'm done, come down from off of there. All right, I'm chill. Now we a little older, don't get to play as much. Got to deal with some more stuff. It's like, I just want to get to my basement. Well, leave me the hell alone for about a half hour.
Yeah.
And then I'll be dad again. I'll be husband again. I'll be, business owner again, whatever. But
yeah. Bro, are we going to talk about this next one, or is that another episode?
What's this next one?
The bro polite joint, the quote. I think it's relevant, and I think we can get through it quickly, but
all right, let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay, look, so staying on this whole love thing and this whole thing about, I just read this quote by bro polite on Instagram. My man Sandees posted it, and certain words triggered it. As soon as I hear like discipline, adversity, my antennas peak, and I'm just like, okay, whoa, what is this? So here's the quote. We don't need to break it down, but we're gonna go. I'm gonna see what Pat thinks about this.
All right.
Little background though, bro polite is into polygamy, so he has a structured foundation of how he likes to have relationships in his household with polygamy, means multiple partners. But he has a structured system that I think works for him. He said it's been working for him for 22 years. I'm not into that. I don't think Patton is either.
No, nice.
Yeah, I'm not. However, I do think this quote is extremely interesting, and I've tailored some of my responses, Patton, as you already know, to more of a monogamous mindset. So to the quote, it was, we appreciate the feminine, I think it's talking about men. Mm-hmm. We appreciate the feminine energy when we realize women give us the necessary adversity to become more disciplined as men. I was like, whoa, hold up. So when I hear things like that, I'd say, all right, let me think about that really quick. So then I read it again. We appreciate the feminine energy when we realize women give us the necessary adversity. So I was like, whoa, what's that mean? Women give us the necessary adversity to become more disciplined as men. So when I heard it again, I said, oh, God damn it. I said, all right, I got to think about that. But I love it, though, because like I said, I'm in here by myself. I love being challenged and I love thinking.
Right.
So then I was like, dang, he said one of my key words. When we do basketball, for my team, we say sacrifice, trust, discipline.
Right.
So he said discipline, and you said adversity. And then he actually broke it down even more, Pat. See, we rolling now. We doing good. He broke it down and said, women, and this was a woman asking in the chat, how can she get a polygamous man? We're not talking about that. He also just said a woman can, in a polygamous or a monogamous type of joint, these are the three men that you can get. These three men are the most powerful men, he said. That's what he thinks. And I'm like, okay, let me think about it. He said these three type of men get women. He calls it the preacher, which is the person that puts God first. So yeah, God is here, yo. Yo, you my youngin', but you second, because I'm a person of God. Nothing's going to question that. Right. And that's an attraction there because you see somebody that's fully committed to something beyond you. So that's what he said. So he said the preacher. Second one he said was the gangster. And for the term gangster, he used, they got a lot of women. They're also about their bread and about their money. So if you come and you try to talk to him, he's going to be honest with you and be like, yeah, so I'm trying to get my money. I got these youngins I'm smashing. But, I do like you, but.
Yeah, you're not going to be number one on
you're not going to be number one, but that's an attraction there because he's about his money.
Yep.
Last one he said was the teacher, who he said was the person that is knowledgeable, super person that's like about candles, oils, meditating, knowledgeable about how the earth works and how he sees things, really self-aware. Mm-hmm. He said wants to have, maybe not have sex, but have like an experience with their partner. So a little deeper. So he said, I view those type of three men were the things that a woman are usually attracted to. If you can get one of those, okay, get whatever you want. You're a woman, you can do whatever you need to do. You can get all three of those to a certain degree. Like if you can get a person, and I think you and me are these, Pat, no some real shit. I'm just gonna even fake. Because our circle is getting really strong and we're getting smarter as we get older. If you get a person that has God first, this is to women. Person that has believes in something that's higher than them and incorporated them with that self-awareness. If you can have a God person that believes in God and he knows he believes in God, perfect. If you have a gangster, and this is why I took out the other stuff when it comes to all them youngins, you have a gangster meaning he's about his bread. Like he might not be in the streets because we're not about that shit no more.
Right.
We're talking about, he's about his bread.
Yeah.
And he's not going to make you second, but listen, I know you're first. You're not first right now because right now I'm in bread mode.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you got a person that believes in God, person that's about bread mode, did you want to jump in real quick?
Yeah, just with that gangster one, even though that's not, I wouldn't put myself in that one, but combination.
I think that's what I said. I think it plays differently for us because it's like nobody's gonna mess with you. I've never been messed with before,
right? Because
I think that's the energy that we can give off sometimes, but we also are about our bread and about our business too. Go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. That gangster type style, whatever you want to call it,
that he said.
They also understand that you're not going to be able to stay focused on that if you give anything else. But in this example, we'll say, if I give you my time and attention and make you my number one, then I'm going to fall over here in this area. And that's going to cause me to really have an issue with you. So that's why I can't really make you.
But that's the whole adversity part, though. That's where it gets interesting.
Sure.
Last one real quick, though. The teacher, the person that's in the meditation, she wanted to give him some yams, go to China, go downtown, you know what I mean? Do all this type of stuff. Want to have sex. But he was like, no, I'll get some candles because I want to have an experience with you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Girls find that attractive. Women find that attractive, too. So if you can find one of those three, they say that a woman will always be in decent hands because we've changed the definition of that gangster piece.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now it becomes, I don't care. And this is where it comes to the man. This is why I think that this gets kind of interesting. I don't care how beautiful you are as a woman.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an authentic man. And when he said that, I'm like, ooh, because we've been talking about the word being authentic and authenticity for a while.
Yeah.
And that means that you're secure and you're self-aware. And that means like, you're beautiful, but I'm an authentic man. God made me differently. You can't coerce me or use your whatever you need to use to try to get me dissuaded or distracted from the shit that I got to get done.
No,
because I'm called to do this as a person of God, or I'm called to do this because I'm about my bread.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm changing it to, what's the M word? Not polygamy. Like
monogamous.
And I'm about, and I'm also a teacher and I already know how wisdom and knowledge works. So I'm an authentic man. You will not master me.
Right.
And if you figure me out and you figure out how to master me, you're going to distract me from what I'm called to do.
Game is over. You destroy.
The game is over. But a man should be so into what he is doing as an authentic man. If he chooses you, he must really love you.
Oh. That's, ooh.
You know what I mean?
Ooh, that hits hard.
Yeah.
That hits hard because that's very true.
I'm a man of God.
That's very true. Yeah, me too. That's my number one.
But but this youngin' for real, she can handle, she knows that. So you can come on.
That's tough.
I'm about my bread. You know I'm about my bread. But I choose to bring you on this ride with me as I get this bread. Come on, let's go.
Yeah.
I'll teach you how to get this bread because I'm already getting it. Okay, I'm a teacher though. I'm knowledgeable. You might walk in one day. I might be talking about the effing universe. Like you've heard me say this stuff before. I'm talking about black holes, pulsars. But I also might talk about the God within, self-awareness.
Right.
Hey, this is one of my insecurities I just figured out. I might be all over the place. You might find that attractive. Let's light these candles real quick. Let's turn the lights down. Let's light these candles. Let's put on your favorite movie. I'm gonna cook for you. Like that's a ritual. That's an experience.
Yeah. I ain't doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. But what I'm saying is, if she understands, like, that's a controlled type of chaos, based on the authentic man, not the non-authentic.
Right.
Authenticity means you are authentically made by this creator and you're comfortable in your skin. Therefore, you're an attractive person, right? Mm-hmm. If you're a fake dude and you insecure and you trying to do what everybody else says, nah, this don't apply to you. This is about the authentic man.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
It's a lot of fake dudes. But that's why I'm saying, like, if an authentic person, I'm using that word a lot on purpose, says, come on, let's go. You got to respect that because he has his priorities.
That's keeping it 100.
Yeah, because that means like, okay, I choose you. He must really love you. He must think you're a real one. Mm-hmm. Because women give men the necessary adversity to become more disciplined. Now, when I heard that, I was like, ooh, I think so, Captain. Because women are godly, right? Women are godly. They're the ones that bring life
into the world. Yes. It's very true. Ooh. Very true.
And like I said, we talked about this earlier. I said, I think women it's like Eden. Mm-hmm. Like, when we talked about the whole Eden thing, like the Garden of Eden, nobody's going to be able to find it. I really don't think so.
Because now, that necessary discipline is so vast.
It's broad, bro.
That's super broad, bro. Because it could be necessary discipline in the area of being a temptation. It could be necessary discipline in the way of being a nag, a quote unquote nag. It could be necessary discipline in the way of just respect and interaction. Like I'm just as equal to you. I'm not gonna respect you.
No, I get you.
What? So and you gotta tailor your, you have to table your manly instincts and be disciplined enough to still be able to deal with that woman in whatever capacity it is, whether it's romantic, whether it's in the workplace, whether it's just somebody you see out on the street that just look, and it's like
you're answering it right now, though. That's it.
Yeah,
you're doing that. Like that's the thing. Like women will tempt the strongest man, and it's like we're human. I don't care how authentic you are. If a woman walks by and she's looking super good, or your youngin is walking by and she know that you physical touch and you doing a little bit of work and say like that type of thing.
Yeah,
that's the adversity right there.
Yep. It's happened to me, and down here building this stuff, and that's when I get mad. Like, yo.
However, though, like I said, it's funny. Women in relationships, but they require time too. And if you're authentic, you know that.
Yes, yeah.
So you take time. Thank you. That's it.
And you pull that drawer out when it's necessary. Absolutely. Yeah.
So I wrote down a couple examples. As a man of God, bro, we rolling right now. I know I'm talking fast, but we're getting through.
That's cool.
We're almost done, Pat. As a man of God versus times and being distracted from the mission God called you to be disciplined in. That's the balance, though. That's what I mean. So that's when she will challenge you to make you stronger with your discipline.
Yeah.
Other one, you a gangster, you about your money, but she might be distracting you from closing out on a deal or something like that. How are you going to respond to that? That's going to require you to be a little bit more disciplined and less abrasive in your response to her based off her love language.
True. Don't you find it ironic though that and we're not saying that what he's saying is 100% true. I mean, both of us,
like I broke this down and I finagled it. I changed a lot of it up.
No, that's cool. But I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying that that's 100% fact and that needs to be across the board. But don't you find it ironic that even with us agreeing with a lot of it, it would appear or would seem to be from our experience and what we know that most women are attracted to type of style, one of those three styles, but in none of those three styles are they put first.
Yeah.
Don't you? Because sometimes, and I've seen especially with younger guys, and I try to mentor them, I've seen them make the mistake of trying to be too pleasing and compliant, and then they get railroaded and ran over and done dirty, and then on to, they move on to somebody else. And because I'm not gonna put my young boy out there because you know him, but this happened to him. I'm like, son, no, you being too. If this is what you're saying, this is what it is. Well, no, I just wanted to see what.
No, you don't attract, don't chase.
Why?
I mean, like it's like we've talked about these levels, yeah.
Why? Yeah, and then what happened was, she went for a dude that was nowhere near his caliber or whatever, but he was about whatever he was doing, and he wasn't into being compliant. And that's what she went for.
If a woman can take you from being disciplined, she's made you dishonorable to what you was called to do.
Yeah, you're done.
You're done. And also, we attract. When you're secure and you're authentic, you will attract the person you're supposed to be with. You can't chase no youngins. You can't chase.
No.
Pursuit is different than chasing. You talked about pursuit.
Pursuing is very much different than chasing.
And lastly, like I said, teacher, knowledgeable, experiences and stuff like that versus just sex.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a difference between those two, and that's a challenge for that person that's teaching, that's a teacher who's knowledgeable, who wants to have a ritual, which might be something that they may want to do. Meditate, some type of rituals, cards, all that type of stuff. Experience.
I mean, whatever. You ain't gotta go that deep into it. Just being somebody who loves knowledge, right? And loves to communicate that. Now, anybody who communicates knowledge is a teacher. Whether the material is already known or not, because everybody has a different spin that they can put on things. Yeah. So if you're somebody that loves teaching and you're able to teach, and for this example, you're able to teach a member of the opposite sex, like women love people they love learning. If you could teach me something, that's attractive too. So I think the healthiest man is probably a combination of all three. Kind of similar to the love languages, I guess. Now let me ask you that question just for fun, since we already close out. But I already know the order, but what's your order of those three?
God, teacher, gangster.
I knew that though.
Yeah, I'm a person of God first, and that's always going to be the concept.
Oh, that one was without question.
That's why I do my gratitude walk, to just say thank you to him. That's why if I feel like I need to fall to my knees, I will. That's also why I put my shoes I'm going to wear the next day under my bed, so I can make sure I fall to my knees and say thank you. Like, it's levels to this, and I'm by myself, so nobody knows that.
Sure.
So that's also why I meditate and do all that. And then the second one is teacher, because I am a teacher. We're teachers. Mm-hmm. We can absorb, and then we can give it back out. Like, that's just who we are. We're knowledgeable about a lot of different things. We have multiple interests. Mm-hmm. I can't ignore that. I get excited about reading about the love languages, and then I'm reading about some type of scientific thing, and then I'm in the World War II movies, and then I might spend some time on the Bible and try to break down the Garden of Eden, which we was just discussing. Mm-hmm. And I might come across what you might come across when it comes to the dollar and how it's devalued and not backed by gold. Mm-hmm. I can't help that. I'm a teacher, and I want that knowledge, but I also want to have an experience with my partner too. Yeah. Yeah, we can do that too. But then I also want to have an experience too, sometimes as well. And then the gangster, this whole thing for the gangster, I'm about my money now, but I'm by myself, so I don't have to worry about that because I don't have a partner right now. Right. So I'm flowing in all three of these.
Yeah, and then now easy.
Very well.
Yeah.
Fucking supremely well, because I don't have nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh man. You got Star-Lord in the building. He doing good, yo. He look happy, yo. Yo, what's up, man? Dave, can you hear us?
Love language.
Love language. Yo, this is funny. This is great, bro, because we're doing great, man. My energy's back up, patting and helping me. I was tired. I got like 14 minutes of sleep, maybe a few, you know what I mean? So my pockets were dragging. But to your point, Patton and David, we can jump on real quick because we can give you the closing word as we go through all this. Teacher. So you have all those three. You're the teacher. We gave that example of adversity, creating more discipline. A woman, if they can master you, they have removed and enhanced. If a woman you are with can master you, then they have removed your discipline from what you was called to do.
Very true.
Discipline lost is dishonorable to a woman, though. So as much as they may want your attention when they want it.
Very true.
They in the long run, maybe a day later or something, when you come back to them to give them the time that they need, a couple of hours later, and you give them that physical hug that they need, they will recognize, like, wow, I almost stopped him from doing something that he was called to do. If you're with the right person. David, I know you're just jumping in, but discipline loss is dishonorable to a woman in the long run, even if they want what they want right then at that time. And the same thing can be put on us for if we do that to our woman too. Yeah. That's why you have to have the love languages understood as well. Whew. And like I said, we didn't even talk about the Garden of Eden yet. We didn't talk about Jesus and Mother Mary. how the strength of a woman is so strong that Jesus might have been tempted to get down off the cross because he didn't want to see his mother in pain and say, wait a minute, maybe I got to get down. I need to get my mom out of here. Now, I know people have said Mother Mary left, the disciples took her away. Mm. They did. But I'm thinking, look, the power of a woman. Mm. It is so powerful that Jesus said, you have to get my mother from in front of me because I might not be able to fulfill the job that I'm supposed to do. I don't know, bro. I don't know. She did leave.
Maybe what was going through his mind up there, man. Cannot. But
I don't know. Yo, Dave, you good, bro?
This is coming on the tail end now.
Now we'll do a quick. What we'll do is we'll do another quick recap after this, but like I just said, but also this is the last point, and then we'll close this off. This is for real the last point. No, we're talking about discipline and the adversity that a woman gives a man makes him more disciplined. A disciplined man, and I wrote this down just from thinking about this. I think a disciplined man pays attention to the things he loves, and
oh yeah, oh man,
and it's always in time and has it in a rhythm. His word, his money, and his awareness. It's a rhythm there. Grace is a rhythm,
bro. Stop. I say in certain rap songs,
yeah,
kind of raised me as it relates to being a man and relating to women. You know, that's just the truth of the matter. That's the time in which, you know, I grew up in. But there's a song by Gangstar, and the hook is, any man with a plan is precise with his life.
Okay. That's kind of tough.
That's not kind of tough. That is it.
Any man with a plan is precise with his life.
Yes.
I'm going to try to remember that. Don't let me forget that. Maybe text that to me.
Oh, no, that's my song. Okay. Matter of fact, I'm going to text you the song. Okay. And it comes right on in the hook. It's group, huh?
No, what'd you say? Go.
No, but it's when you, I used to hear it and think it was decent, but the more you start thinking about it, it's like, man, yeah, all these different types of dudes that we talking about, the three types of dudes, the compartmentalization of how we have to order everything and give everything its place and have his own box or whatever, that's precision. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Oh, I never thought about it.
Yeah, if you have any plan to succeed and be about your money, or a plan to succeed, and you're going to be a teacher, you're going to be responsible for teaching people, a plan to succeed, you're going to do everything that God called you to do and gifted you to do, there's a precision that's going to go along with your life. You may not always do everything right. You may not always do everything 100% with consistency, but the precision is there. Like, you're not going to be able to take me too far away from this lane that I'm in. So that line for me,
bro,
that just spoke to what you said.
We're gonna have David jump in, and we might just have to do a part 2 to this one. So, because we already know David already thinks like this as well.
Yeah.
But the last, bro, we've talked about so much. My mind just I feel blessed to have this conversation with people. Because like I said, I don't get to talk that much with people, but it's good to talk to other men that are on the same wavelength, incorporating these 3 things that we shifted on. But my last question is this: does your woman encourage you to be authentic? And I think that that's super important. Does she encourage your authenticity, which means that she's feeding your discipline, even though sometimes she's giving you the adversity to be more disciplined? Like, does she recognize it? Like, no, I'm not trying to ignore you. I just need 30 more minutes so I can finish this up. And then, babe, I'm gonna come over there and we can sit down and chill. Or, don't worry, tomorrow, she don't even know this, but I already know how to get this work done. She was gonna be mad. So I was 2 steps ahead and I ordered her favorite, and it's coming tomorrow. So she don't even fucking know that's coming.
Yeah, that's some stuff I would do.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's levels, but is your woman encouraging you to be authentic? And is she also doing that adversity piece enough to make you more disciplined?
I think I have something, but I'll...
Boom. Go, Dave.
Yeah, you in.
I think as relationships grow and develop more depth and become more sophisticated, just because there's so many different aspects, right? Like, if you think about it, like, when you're in middle school, you might hold hands with somebody and like buy them some candy, and it might go further, but you don't really have the capacity or really the maturity for it going further. So even if it goes further, that's just kind of, okay, it went further, but that really wasn't your relationship. As you grow into the ability to handle certain responsibilities, maybe you purchase like an item with the person, like a car or something like that. Suddenly your relationship grows and you have more, it becomes more complicated.
Yeah.
And there's more sort of testing of that consistency, that precision, right? In both of you. Maybe you own a piece of property together, maybe you have children together. I mean, as this continues and grows, and not to mention, even if you don't have children together, when you've invested 15 years of your life into another person and they've invested 15 years into you, now the stakes are very high.
Oh yeah.
Because it's not the same as when you were 13 and you're like, it's just not, let's break up. It's a little bit different. So I think what happens, because I heard you talking about, taking it to some like religion and stuff, like not religion, but like, maybe religion.
Whatever your belief system is.
Right. I mean, when I grew up, my family, like both of my parents were actually, they both went to Bible college. And what I noticed is that every time any group of people would get close with God, they would mess up, right? Because they were human and they were, sinful. But the whole point is they fell short of the glory of God. And I think that whenever people are operating or moving toward their potential, they're moving toward like their godlike self.
Mm-hmm.
And so even in a really strong relationship where the two of you are working hard, each of you is going to continue to fall short in certain moments, right? So like what you were describing, I heard you describing, maybe your partner, your wife is, or your partner is unable to see the vision that you have in a particular moment. And you've actually done the right thing, but there might still be some dissonance. And that's because you're reaching so far in that moment. And I think that likewise, I mean, I definitely do the same thing, with Melissa, when she'll be doing something and I can't see it and I need to have like a personal moment to like air my grievings or whatever. And then I look back on it and I'm like, actually that's my bad. I completely messed up in that situation. I think that's an ongoing thing. I think sometimes in relationships, you hear people say things like, oh, we don't ever fight. And I don't know, maybe that's a real thing. Like maybe but it's hard. I mean, in a relationship where you've been together for a while, I don't understand how that's even possible or good. Because if the two of you are growing and moving towards something, then it should be that if someone's doing well, then the person who's dedicated their life to that person should mess up every now and then and miss how well the person's doing, and then say, oh my goodness, you're right, I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. The only way that it wouldn't be that way is if they're both stagnant. And then that's a different thing. But it can't be that every time someone moves up, the other person's like, I got it, I'm perfect, and I'm right there with you. That's not how people are. So, yeah.
Now, what we'll do, Dave, I don't know, maybe tomorrow or even maybe today, later, we'll see. Maybe we'll just interview you and ask you some of these questions that you've missed. Because I know that you sent me a video of your kids running around, and that's good. They was having a good time. Hopefully you had a good day. We'll sign off after this. But some of these questions I just think are awesome. We kind of interviewed each other already. So we'll maybe just do an interview Dave segment with this whole love language piece. I think that can be kind of fun too. This might be one of my favorite ones that I'm going to go back and listen to. Because believe it or not, I've been so busy, and I know Dave's been busy, Patton. I haven't been able to listen to a lot of the ones we've done.
Yeah.
But we talked about so much, bro. With this one, this is the stuff that I like to be challenged on. I like people to not agree. I like to push people's thinking with this stuff too. And I just would love to have a female's perspective, a woman's perspective with some of this stuff next time too.
Yeah.
But I do think we do a pretty good job trying to remain neutral. But as men, we're trying to be the authentic man that we were designed to be, remain a discipline in what we're called to do. So according to what Bro Polite said, I don't mind accepting the adversity to make me more disciplined.
Right.
As long as you understand how relationships work and you're patient and you got these love languages. It's nothing perfect out there. So like I said, I think we did really good on time, bro. We got a lot in, and we were blazing through a lot at that last 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But like I said, guys, please spread this one. I'm gonna probably go on Instagram and go on Facebook and like, yo, y'all have to listen to this one, and y'all have to listen to part 2 when we interview Dave and see what he thinks, because Dave is a teacher, a gangster about his money, and he's also a preacher because he's a person of God too. Those were the 3 things that we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Okay, broke down, Dave.
Wow.
So we'll interview Dave next time and see what he has to say. I think that's gonna be really funny. I think it's gonna be really informative as well. Spread this one around. I'm gonna be posting this one all over the place. This one was fun. And this is part 3 of our anniversary series. Like I said, this is actually making us more accountable, getting back on track with posting these because we're busy, got a lot going on. But Dave, thanks. Patton, thank you. Good job.
Yeah, man.
Lopez, thanks a lot, bro. Oh, wait a minute. Never mind. Lopez fell out. He ain't have no reception in his house. So he fell out. But
trying to kill him, man.
Nah, I'm gonna leave him alone. I took it easy. I didn't even fire him up too bad. I did. So everybody have a blessed night. Make moves, move markets, move bigger. Excuse me, believe bigger, faster.
Yeah, man. Come on, man.
That's his saying, David. Believe bigger, faster. And it's one I like. I really like it. Mine has always been make moves since I've been in like middle school. Patents, believe bigger, faster. We already know Dave's God blesses the work. God bless the work. Everybody, send this one to a friend. Support it. Go vote for it on iTunes. Give us those rating bumps. Shout out to that listener that's always tuning in Argentina.
Yeah.
God bless. GWPGroupLLC.com. DAinspires.com. We have some really good stuff coming on. We got Chef Dave right here, Star-Lord. Don't forget about PHF. Once this thing breaks, we're going to be breaking out too. So everybody stay safe. Love y'all. Thank you for listening to part 3. Part 4 is coming up tomorrow. Peace.